Here on Fast Casual Nation, we cover innovative concepts that are changing the way Americans eat. Today we're in Washington, D.C., looking at the salad segment and how this concept is doing just that. We're at a place called Sweetgreen's. Join us as we step inside. So Nick, we are here at one of your concepts in Washington, D.C., or a concept in Washington, D.C., Sweetgreen's. And interesting spot, like the vibe in this building that you guys have put together.
Thank you.
Let's kick this off really with a little bit about you and how you got going in building the brand Sweetgreen.
Sure. So I have two business partners, John and Nate, and we met when we were at Georgetown University. And together we just, we love the idea of creating a business and starting something and creating something. But we also had this problem every day is that we had nowhere to eat. We had nowhere healthy, exciting, and nowhere really that we felt connected to. So we decided to create a place that we'd want to eat every day.
When you look at lifestyle brands, let's go down that path for a moment. Lifestyle brands they've been around for a while. I mean, people have been trying to create them, big concepts, but most of the time it's been a major business like a Whole Foods, a Red Bull, who have the resources and they have, unlimited exposure from a brand perspective. But in observing Sweetgreen, at least from my point, and when we watch concepts grow, we kind of see that occurring with what you guys are doing. You guys have started a music festival. You've continued your expansion in DC, and you've really kind of transcended the product, it seems like. How have you been able to do that? Has it been all based on customer demand, or is this just a lot of crazy ideas that you guys are throwing up on a whiteboard?
I think it's a combination of things. I think just if you look at the past 5 years, consumers are really conscious about becoming more and more conscious about what they're eating and more conscious about what they're putting in their bodies. So a concept like Sweetgreen appeals to them. I think in general for us, the way we've been able to build more of this tribe or this culture around Sweetgreen is looking at that relationship with the consumer and having it be more than just about the salad or the product.
So Nick, when fast casual is moving, it's fast, it's kind of the mavericks of what I think are the restaurant business. They're usually very innovative, they're very nimble in how they operate their business, and their ability to react to market pressures and trends is phenomenal. And we're seeing this across a lot of different category segments. In your opinion, what do you see as trends moving forward? First, for Sweetgreen's, what are you guys going to do?
I think for us, we're going to continue to stay true to kind of our core concept and keep it simple and just growing our footprint in our brand. This year, we'll be opening in 2 new markets, which is pretty exciting, New York and Boston.
Right.
So for us, it's just focusing on the product and just focusing on the experience and building those 2 communities. I think in general, what I see in the fast casual world is just this push towards I think consumers embracing really actual healthy options. So not really just calorically driven, but more source driven and honest food. And I think specifically we're going to see it more in the breakfast segment. So I think that a lot of these fast casual concepts have been trying to launch breakfast, but I think there's going to be a focus on kind of healthy breakfast offerings.
Yeah. Are there any other trends that you're seeing moving around the consumer, whether it's food or certain aspects of what their demand on their work and life schedules are like, that you guys are trying to address?
I think just consumers are starting to demand a lot more information or data about what they're eating. And, even if we look at 5 years ago to today, customers are a lot more hungry for this information about where their food comes from, how it's grown, who's been growing it. And I don't think it's just because we provide the information. I think they actually want more and more information. So
Right.
customers are starting to become a lot more knowledgeable and thirsty for that information.
So, and that's a good point, because the Food Network started in, I think, 1996. Started kind of educating the average consumer about what culinary was really about. Great quality ingredients. These whole crazy things that the chefs were doing in terms of building amazing dishes, and the question was, could they do it at home? And of course, then I think we saw a big surge in fast casual in the late 90s, and then really in the early 2000s, some of the bigger brands really started to expand. So do you think it's just been a stage in which consumers have slowly, over the past 15 years, evolved into what we're seeing today?
I think it's definitely been a progression. I think just food in general has been demystified in a way. Like, it's been brought into the home. Everything from where ingredients come from to how you can prepare them. I think it's been broken down and demystified thanks to places like the Food Network,
right,
and some of these fast casual concepts.
You guys, of course, have done a great job with the design, the style, the menu, the sourcing. You've connected to music, this great passion point. Now you're getting into a pretty heavy social media and digital experience. Talk to us a little bit about your iPhone app. How did you guys start that?
Sure. So we're really excited that our app did just launch, and just really thinking about the goal of the app. It's going back to this idea of just the customer experience and the customer touch points. So all these interactions the customer have with our brand. So having them able to have a Sweetgreen app on their phone and come in and have a more seamless experience is really great. The app is a payment and loyalty app, so customers don't need to bring in their wallets to Sweetgreen anymore. They don't need their credit cards. It's all saved on their phone. I think that's just a natural trend we see happening in the world around us.
Yeah.
So we're excited to kind of be one of the first movers in our space. And the beauty of the app for us is we've been able to connect it back to the social mission of Sweetgreen. So 1% of every transaction on the app does go back to our charity, which is healthy eating in schools. And we do pick a different charity for every region. So the idea that a customer can come in here, have a seamless experience, pay with their app, donate back to our charities, and just have a great experience is really a win-win-win for us.
So Nic, we've kind of placed some food here to get started on understanding what it is that connects consumers so great to Sweetgreen. What salad is this?
So this is our current local salad right now, the March salad, where we feature a local farmer or an ingredient that's in season. And right now this is our black and blue cheese from Firefly Farms, which is one of our great partners. We actually source our goat cheese from them year round. They're on our local list. And this is kale and spinach with black and blue cheese, roasted sweet potatoes, candied pecans, caramelized onions, and a balsamic dressing.
Right, now, so
it's one of my favorites.
And you guys have, you've kind of started this this grab and go component of your menu as well. So you've got the juices, you've got, what is this guy?
It's just some crispy kale.
So crispy kale is kind of a snack I can take back to the office, snack on it all the rest of the afternoon after this. When we look at menu items like this, because this is kind of a challenge for the industry, as you know, menu labeling is moving in. We've got the caloric issue going down in terms of a legislation side. Do you feel like consumers are really going to start gravitating full-fledged into this, or do you think that there's still going to be those components of their diet that they just aren't going to let go of, like the burger on a Saturday afternoon or those kind of things? I'm just kind of curious with how that might work.
Yeah, I mean, I think consumers will never fully let go of, some guilty pleasures or some indulgences, and I don't think they should. Burger is a great thing to eat once in a while for certain people, and it's doesn't need to be all or nothing, but I think people are just going to become more mindful of the calories and the type of food they put in their body, and where it's being grown and who it's being grown by.
I think that is definitely the closing sentiment, is that you guys have really connected in a very interesting way to the mindset of a healthy eater, but also not really sacrificing a lot in terms of flavor and ingredients and all that. It seems like you've kind of started to marry the two elements that makes foodies love food, which is great ingredients, great taste, and then, oh, by the way, it's not so bad for me.
So yeah, I think that's the great idea, is that usually these two notions are at odds, that living well and living a cool and enjoyable lifestyle are at odds, but you can do both. You can eat something that is enjoyable, tasty, delicious, and still good for you, and I think that that is a great thing.
Yeah. Nic, we appreciate you inviting us into Sweetgreen and joining us on this episode of Fast Casual Nation.
Thanks for having me.